If winter 2021 was a season of complete bangers and hype action, then spring 2021 is the complete opposite. Going into this season felt like jumping off a treadmill that was moving really quickly. You know that feeling of inertia that makes it feel like you're still going forward despite the floor being perfectly still? And this season was looking a little gloomy when compared to last season's plethora of fantastic anime. But after doing some digging, I realized that we actually have some banger anime coming out. If you're looking for a banger battle shonen that isn't My Hero, then you're gonna be a little disappointed in this season. But if you're open to trying new genres, get hyped because I'm about to show you what you guys should be watching in spring 2021. The first thing I have to say about spring 2021 anime is that it is extremely sus. Not only do we have stuff like Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro that got cancelled on Twitter before the anime even came out, but we also got 2 anime about the relationship between an adult man and a teenage girl. Koikimo and Higehiro, After Being Rejected, I Shaved, and you guys get it, it's a light novel adaptation, are both completely different anime about the relationship between a grown-ass man and a teenage girl. Of these two, Higehiro sounds the most sus just because of its description. It reads, office worker Yoshida has been crushing on his coworker for 5 years. Despite finally scoring a date with her, his confession is promptly rejected. Drunk and disappointed, he stumbles home only to find a high school girl sitting on the side of the road. The girl, needing a place to stay the night, attempts to seduce Yoshida. But trust me, it's not as bad as it sounds. I feel like I'm saying this for every other anime that has a sus plot. Yes, there are some sus moments, but Yoshida stays true to his character the whole time, and he never accepts any of these advances from Sayu, the teenage girl. On her journey away from home, Sayu has been exchanging sexual favors to older men for places to stay and food to eat. And she was clearly treated like garbage by these men. But then Giga Chad Yoshida comes in and does the bare minimum and helps this girl in need. Their relationship isn't romantic at all and is much more similar to the relationship between a father and a daughter. On her journey, Sayu became basically numb to life, and Yoshida helps her find meaning in it again. As of right now, this show is safe, but hear me now. If Sayu and Yoshida go into a relationship, this anime will become a pile of hot garbage. And it would basically become like Koikimo, another anime airing this season that involves the relationship between a man and a teenage girl, except this one has no redeeming qualities at all. You see, the relationship in Higehiro is one of father and daughter and really wholesome. The relationship in this anime is 100% a pure romantic relationship. Basically, in Koikimo, the main character Ryu is about to fall down a set of stairs when BAM! Ichika comes in and saves him. No, not the Ichika from Quintessential Quintuplets, this is a new Ichika. After this encounter, Ryu falls in love and the show starts to get really creepy. You see, Ichika has zero feelings towards Ryu, but Ryu doesn't give up like any normal man would. Instead, he sends her a flower a day and tries to constantly win her over. I would say that the overall premise of a rom-com where the guy is trying to win over the girl isn't creepy by itself. It's the fact that Ryu is a grown adult man with grown adult women interested in him, and he still goes after a teenage girl. This show had absolutely no redeeming qualities for me, and I ended up dropping it on like the 2nd episode, so stay away. But if you're not a slice of life or romance guy, you probably want something else to watch, like a battle shonen or a thriller anime. And to that, you're kind of out of luck this season. We got stuff like Shaman King and Eden Zero coming out this season, except those are stuck in Netflix jail. And if you're living in the US, you're not going to be seeing those for a while. But there is one big new shonen title coming out right now that I'm really enjoying. Tokyo Revengers is an anime where the main character gets hit by a train and doesn't get isekai'd into a new world. Instead of sending our protagonist to a new world, Train-kun sends Takemichi Hanagaki back in time. In his time in the past, Takemichi decides to change the future and save his first love from a murder that's gonna happen in the present day. I'm gonna be honest with you, the first thing that stood out to me about this anime was the OST, which was great. But besides that, I'm really enjoying how the plot is progressing. I've heard a lot of people compare this anime to Erased, but luckily I haven't watched that yet, so this feels like a fresh new anime to me. Besides how similar it may or may not be to Erased, I see big things in this anime's future, and it's gonna be one of the biggest ones of this season. And one thing that this season of anime has been doing really well is launching some more experimental feeling anime, and I'm all here for it. We got stuff like Way of the PowerPoint, which is blurring the lines between anime and manga, and made something that feels a lot more like a dramatic reading of a manga than an actual anime adaptation itself. I feel like this style fit House Husband really well, except it got really old after like the first episode, so it got kind of annoying to watch. But probably the best experimental feeling anime that I've seen this season is none other than Odd Taxi. When I say experimental anime, I mean that this anime doesn't really feel like your traditional anime. This anime feels more like a cartoon in a way that Avatar: The Last Airbender feels more like an anime. And there's a really blurry line between cartoon and anime, so let's not get into that debate here. My point is, this doesn't feel like your traditional show. In most animal anime like Beastars or Brand New Animal, you can really see the anime influence on the art style itself. I mean, it is anime after all. But to me, Odd Taxi's art style gives off a much more Western vibe. But what is Odd Taxi about? Well, it's about a driver's bizarre adventure. Hold up, we're not doing a JoJo reference in this video. Stone Ocean is coming out, yes, but not the spring anime, so let's not talk about JoJo's right now. Odd Taxi is just as the name describes it. It's about the life of a taxi driver and his odd encounters. I don't want to dive too deep into what makes Odd Taxi good because I feel like experiencing it for the first time will really make you appreciate it a lot more. But what's so good about it is that it has multiple running plot threads that all seem to connect. Seriously, don't sleep on this series because it's gonna be good. Alright, let's see here. What do I have to cover? New My Hero season? Check. Isekai stuff? Check. New sports anime? Check. New rom-com. Okay. The rom-com where the childhood friend won't lose. Okay, that summarizes it better than I could. Here we go. I knew I was missing something. It was on the other side. Don't toy with me, Miss Nagatoro. How could I make a spring anime video and not talk about the most controversial spring anime? I heard about the Nagatoro controversy before I even saw the announcement for the anime. From what I understand, Twitter tried to cancel this anime because it promotes bullying, but I believe this whole event started over a mistranslation. And I wouldn't say that Nagatoro promotes bullying, but it doesn't really make it seem that bad either. Because what Nagatoro is doing isn't really bullying so much as she's just teasing her senpai. But let me say this right here and now, watching this anime just made me feel straight up weird. The first episode constantly walked the lines between, oh, she's just teasing him because she likes him, and oh, she really wants to see him suffer. The anime gave off one of those hot dumpster fire that you can't look away from type of mood. There were some moments that were actually kind of funny, but the majority of the time I just felt bad for the guy. Like, he just got made fun of over and over again, and Nagatoro held like nothing back. But of all the anime coming out this season, only one stood out head and shoulders above the rest. It had beautifully simple animation and captured the rawness of human emotion. The first episode was phenomenal, and I see lots and lots of potential for this anime. And that anime is Super Cub Supremacy, baby! You probably thought I was gonna talk about To Your Eternity, but everyone is raving about that, and I have an individuality complex, so let's talk about Super Cub. Super Cub is a super wholesome slice of life. It follows the journey of Koguma, a high school girl who has nothing to live for and slowly discovers her passions through her new motorcycle. I really want to talk about the use of color in this anime because that's what made it stand out to me. Scenes of Koguma going about her daily life are borderline black and white. Everything is toned down. But then there are these moments where she hops on her Honda Super Cub and the world just literally comes to life around her. And the dull world around her becomes full of vibrant colors. Fair warning, this is a slice of life, so lots of people are gonna call it boring, and I 100% get that. But this anime vividly reminds me of one of my favorite anime, A Place Further Than the Universe. It's wholesome, it's cute, and I can already feel the tears of being blown away by a beautiful ending running down my face. This is one of those anime that will cure your depression. In just 3 episodes, Koguma underwent massive character development. And honestly, I'm really excited to see what adventures her bike takes her on. Well folks, that wraps up yet another video. Thank you guys again for watching until the end. It really means a lot. Be sure to comment down below, what seasonal anime are you guys watching? Did I miss any? Let me know. And as always, be sure to hit that little notification bell icon right next to the subscribe button so that you don't miss a new video when it comes out. And by the way, if the subscribe button doesn't say subscribe, you can fix that just by clicking on it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah folks, thanks again for watching until the end, and until next time, peace out.